Okay, everyone, so let's get back to our grade 6 slides. Okay, everyone, so this is grade 6 English A lecture. It's your English A lecture. So
Yes.
I warmly welcome you all to your first English lecture with me.
Thank you, Miss. Thank
Okay,
you, Miss.
Thank you, Miss.
welcome. And
None.
the message of today is never stop learning because life never stops teaching. Okay, so we should always learn something from the things because learning cannot be stopped and we should learn. Okay, your lesson objectives are you will be able to read the story. So today we are going to start our chapter 1. Okay, water, water. Okay, everyone. So everyone open up your books in front of you and open chapter number 1, page number 6. Okay,
Number 6.
page number 6.
Miss, I have opened.
Okay, very good. Where is my meeting? Okay, my slide. Okay, so you will be able to learn vocabulary and you will experience Pakistan for first story. In first story, you will experience Pakistan. And then instructions before lesson I would give you. You must pay full attention and listen carefully. Right, always you should have a pencil in your hands and you should write difficult meanings of the words that you find, and always try to think beyond the text and think out of the box. Okay, class, so the chapter is about water, water. So I would like to show you a video before we go into the depth of your chapter. So let's start. It's about the importance of water. So let's watch it.
Water and its uses. All the living things need water to survive, to live, and grow. In this video, we are going to be looking at the various uses of water. We use
Okay, class. So this is basically a warm up video, a startup. So we are. This is basically about the water, the uses of water. This is just a, starting of the lecture. So
water
listen it.
for drinking, cooking, bathing, washing clothes, cleaning, brushing teeth, washing utensils, washing hands, washing vehicles, and swimming. Apart from the domestic purpose, water is being used for farming and industrial purpose as well.
Okay, class. So they are telling us about where we use water and how much we use water.
Yes.
Animals also need water to live. Plants need water to grow and survive. Water is a precious natural resource. We should not waste water. Saving water. Turn off the tap while brushing your teeth. Take shorter bath. Wash fruits and vegetables in a bowl of water. Turn off the tap after each use.
Okay, class. So that was all about water. This was just a reminder for you all where we use water and how we use water. So come to your page number 6 of your books, on your books. Okay, come to page number 6. I think this picture is not so visible, so you can open your books and open page number 6. Okay, so how do we use water? We have just watched the video about using the water. In this unit, you will experience Pakistan. In this chapter, at the end of this chapter, you will be able to experience Pakistan, Isle of Wight. Okay, what is an Isle of Wight? An of Wight is basically a county or isle of southern England in English Channel. Okay, it's found in England, basically in United Kingdom. And isle is a small island, or county is said to be a region. So Isle of Wight is a region or a small island in United Kingdom or England. Okay, so you will be experience the Isle of Wight, and then you will experience Syria. Syria is a country. Bangladesh is also a country. So these places you will experience in your chapter 1. Okay, and what you will read in this chapter, you will read a prose or fiction. Prose is a story, fiction is an imaginary story that you have written without the reality. And you will read the travel writing, how you write while traveling. You will read about a postcard, a poem. And then what you will create at the end of the lecture, you will create a composition, a leaflet, and an account. Okay, everyone? A leaflet is basically a small booklet with a cover that you will be able to create. You will have an activity about making a leaflet later in the chapter. Okay, everyone? So now let's come. Next, let's move onwards. Water, water everywhere, nor any drop to drink. These are two lines. Basically, in the starting of every chapter, you will find two lines of a poem, either a text that will connect or that will wrap up all the chapter. Okay, so let me introduce you about these two lines, from where these two lines have been taken, and why the writer of this chapter has taken these two lines. Okay, so water, water everywhere, it means that there was a time when the water was everywhere, nor any drop to drink, but there was no water to drink. These two lines have been taken from the Rime of the Ancient Mariner by Samuel Tyler Coleridge in 1798. Okay, so let me tell you about a little background of this poem. The Rime of the Ancient Mariner, originally the Rime of the Ancient Mariner, is the longest major poem. It's a very long poem, everyone. I wanted to show you the poem, but it was so long, I thought like just to share an introduction with you. Longest major poem by the English poet Samuel Tyler or Taylor Coleridge, written in 1797 and between 1798, and published in 1798 in the first edition of Lyrical Ballads. Some modern ballads are basically where it's a long poem, but it's a pairing of two lines of a poem. Okay, like this, there are two lines that the writer has taken from this poem. So similarly, there are many lines, but in pairing. So ballads are called to be a lyrical pairings. Some modern editions use a revised version printed in 1817 that featured a gloss along with other poems in lyrical ballads. It is often considered a signal shift to modern poetry and the beginning of British Romantic literature. So this was a very good starting or very good improvement in the literature of in the England literature, British literature. Okay, everyone, this was just background of the poem. that these two lines have been taken from. So, why the writer has taken these lines? Okay, let me show you, let me tell you why, what is basically this poem about. The rhyme of Ancient Mariner recounts the experiences of a sailor. So, sailor who sails in the sea or ocean, the person who sails is basically a sailor. So, this poem is about a sailor, okay, everyone, who has returned from a long sea voyage, means a long sea journey, or we call it the sea journey is called a voyage. So the mariner stops a man who is on his way to a wedding ceremony. So mariner is a sailor. Okay, everyone, you will find it later in the text. Who is going on a wedding ceremony, and the mariner, the sailor, stops a man, and begins to narrate a story. And the mariner start telling his own story to that person who was going to a wedding. The wedding guest reaction turns from the bemusement to impatience to fear to fascination as the mariner story progresses, as can be seen in the language style. Coleridge uses narrative techniques such as personification and repetition. Personification means when you um, personify, or when you personify some non-living things or plants or animals to a living things. Okay, so this is a personification. Here the sea is the main thing, water is the main thing, so the poet has personified ocean or water in this poem. Repetition means the repetition of the lines to create a sense of danger. So this poem, this story would tell us about the danger of water life, supernatural serenity, depending on the mood in different parts of the poem. So basically, the purpose of telling you all this is about how the poems are being written and how the poems are actually. So now come back to your page number 6. Okay, come back to your page number 6 and let's read out from your book.
Okay, miss.
Hmm? Okay,
Okay, ma'am.
okay. So, what is the situation described in the quotation above? So, we were
Miss, I
discussing.
will read.
Hmm?
I will read.
Okay, anyone who wants to read can read.
What is the situation described in the quotation above? There is a cue in the title of the poem. A mariner is a sailor.
Ma'am. Okay. So I when we were discussing about this poem, we considered that the mariner is a sailor. So getting to know about this poem, the mariner is a sailor.
The Coleridge's poem
Coleridge is the
is
poet.
The Coleridge's poem. The sailor, surrounded by salty sea water and deprived
Are
of
desperate
water,
for water to drink.
desperate water for
Hmm.
drink. It is impossible for everyone to survive for a long without fresh water.
Okay, everyone. So the writer tells us that in most of the Coleridge's poems, he writes about the sailors who are surrounded by a lot of salty water and they don't get water to drink up. So their survival, how they survive in the water or in the ocean or in the sea, the whole process, the whole voyage, the writer, the Coleridge's poet tells us in his poems. Okay, so read out, how is water important to you? Okay, everyone. So how is water important to us? How much of a role does water play in your daily routines? So I showed you the video just to give the answer to these two questions, like how water is important in our daily lives and
So
what is
these
the
two
role.
questions we have to read in our copy.
No, this is for discussion. This is
Okay,
talking
okay,
points. Okay,
okay,
talking
okay,
points means we will just discuss them. Okay.
okay.
Okay, so no one else who would enter in our class, so we will continue. So now come to our main topic, prose fiction. This is our first comprehension that we will read today. Okay, this is the comprehension. We will read the piece of writing that is prose or fiction, and we will give answers and we will do vocabulary at the end. Okay. So anyone who wants to read can read, or else I can read also. Okay. So prose fiction means prose is a narrative story. Prose is called to be a story, and fiction means little bit imaginary story also. So this is the story from Shabanu, Daughter of the Wind by Suzanne Fisher Staples. Okay, Daughter of the Wind is the basically the title of the story by Suzanne Fisher Staples. Suzanne Fisher Staples is the writer. So I would like to give you a little overview about that. Okay, Shabanu is basically the title of the story. Daughter of the Wind is a 1989 novel. It's basically a novel. So the writer in our book has given us 2-3 pages of short uh, short paragraphs of the story. So he has made it short for us. Wind is a 1989 novel by Suzanne Fisher Staples. It is narrated by a young girl. Okay, this story is basically narrated or told by a young girl who lives in the Cholistan. Okay, Cholistan desert, and centers on the story of her coming of age, his whole grow how she grows up. She tells us all about her in the story. It is succeeded by the novel Haveli and the House of Jinn. Okay, everyone. So its genre is basically novel or fiction. Fiction means imaginary story. Okay, so let's start reading now. I have given you the overview what the story is about. Okay, in the following text, a 12-year-old girl, Shabanu, describes her morning ritual. Okay, ritual basically the obligation that everyone do, or custom, we can say ritual is basically a custom. She tells us about her morning ritual, what she does in the morning, what her family does.
Miss,
Yes,
Miss, the ritual means the routine.
नो कस्टम, जिसको रस्म नहीं बोलते हम, वी कॉल इट, इट्स कस्टम बेसिकली, जो आप रस्मन कोई काम करते हो, जो एवरी डे भी कर सकते हो। जैसे हम कोई भी काम करते हैं, व्हाट दैट इज, फॉर एग्जांपल हमारी वेडिंग्स में कोई रस्में होती हैं। सो लाइक दिस हियर शी इज गोइंग टू टेल अस अबाउट मॉर्निंग रिचुअल्स। वो अपनी मॉर्निंग कस्टम्स के बारे में बताने लगी, व्हाट एवर शी डज एवरी डे, ओके, in the morning. She lives with her family and their camels in the Cholistan. So she lives with her camels and her family. Desert in Pakistan. We all know that in desert there are a lot of camels. So similarly, Shabanu also has camels. Okay, this desert is basically in Pakistan. Water is extremely precious to them. Okay. Now the story is going to tell us about how water is so important for everyone. Sometimes we waste lot of water. We leave the tap on and we don't turn it off. So sometimes in every house people waste lot of water. So this story is going to teach us how the water is important for everyone. When their water source dries up, they move on to another part of the desert. Okay, in any place where they are staying for the moment, when they find out that the water is dried up or the water is finished, so they move to another part where they can find the water. Okay, so you can see how important the water is for them. They don't have taps, they don't have a sanitation system. They have to collect the water, they have to take the water, they have to use it very carefully. Everyone, in the picture they have given you the map of Pakistan, where they have pointed out, the writer has pointed out where the Cholistan desert is. Okay, so you can see in the in the map. Okay, it's good for you to know where Cholistan is. This is basically the location of Cholistan.
Cholistan is a desert one.
Huh?
Cholistan is a desert.
Yes, it's a desert. Okay, morning in the desert. So she's going. This is a small part of the novel that I told you. So this is basically a chapter that is going to tell us about the morning in the desert, where Shabanu will tell us about her morning rituals. Okay, so let's start. Before going, we would have the meanings also, the difficult meanings. So I'm gonna open it as well. You all have to open the page in your book, on your books. The sky is pearl gray when I awake. Okay, when she got up, the sky was pearly and gray. My sister Fallen pushes me out of bed, means she asked me to come out of bed. Yawning means yawning. I have written the meaning of yawning. It's basically dozing when you take long breath. Okay, and rubbing my eyes. When you get up, you yawn. Basically, you sometimes doze also. So yawning and rubbing my eyes. I tie a piece of soap into the corner of my chadar. So this is basically Urdu word chadar. That is a stoller or a long stoller. I tie a piece of soap. She tied a piece of soap into the corner of my chadar. Okay, she's telling us how she just saved the soap to wash her face or hands, because she might be not having water in her at her home. So she maybe has to go out to wash her face or hands. So that's why she's tying the soap into the corner of her chadar. I pick up two earthen pots and a padded ring. So I have written the meaning of padded. Padded is basically any piece that can be molded, that can be given a shape. So a piece of soft stuffed material. Okay, padded ring means a soft stuffed material. The ring is made up of, and it's a round shape. So it's a padded ring. Earthen pots means that are made up of maybe clay. That are pots. To balance one pot on my head, she put one pot on her head. Okay, everyone. The other fits under my arm. One she picked up under her arm, balanced on my hip. My camel, Mithu. Okay, her camel's name is Mithu, and I set off for the water hole, the toba. So the toba is basically the place where they collect water. So she's going with her camel for the search of water. Okay, so where she's going uh, to the water hole, that is toba. Mithu's small brass bell jingles cheerfully. Okay, the camel's bells is jingling. This is basically a story, narrative story that is giving us very tiny details also. Cheerfully as he moves his head. So cheerfully means he's happy because it's in the morning. Impatient for me to fold back the reed door, which leads from our courtyard to the outside. So the camel is very exciting. Impatient, I've written the meaning over here. Impatient means restless. Okay, so the camel is also restless to go to the place where he can drink lot of water. Maybe not lot of, maybe limited water. Okay, so it's very exciting to cross the roads. Reed means tall grass. So the door with the tall grass. Okay, so the door, he wants to pass the door as much as quickly as he wants, and he wants to go out of the courtyard. I make Mithu carry the empty goat skin to the toba. Okay, so they are carrying the goat skin, so we'll get to know why they are carrying the goat skin. Maybe they have to collect water into that goat skin. So let's see. At the toba, I took out over our dwindling water supply. So, dwindling means to become shrink. So, it's telling us that the water supply is very narrow, it's very less. So, dwindling water supply means it's very narrowing, it's shrinking, it's not too wide, so they can collect as much as water they want. So, it's very limited. We probably have a month, they have a month to stay over there. Perhaps 3 weeks before before water disappears. Okay, so within 3 weeks, the water is going to be disappeared in that place that is called Toba. So they have 1 month to stay there in that place. Then they will move to another place where they will be finding the water. The monsoon means the raining season will not begin for another 2 months. After means they are saying after 1 month there won't be any monsoon for 2 months. It would be so bad. You know that in deserts, the rainfall is so less, and it's very hard to find water over there, over to those places. So whenever they find any well or any place, any hole where they can find the water, they just stay over there. Then will be the time for flowers, mushrooms, weddings, and water.
Ma'am,
Yes.
in there was not any water on the desert.
Yes, there's no any water in desert. The water is found very rare.
Miss,
Yes.
Miss, can you tell us the steps that how people filter the water of the oceans?
Uh-huh. Basically, if you not having the technology, then what they do, they take the cloth, or they find out any, for example, she's carrying her chadar with her, so she might can use that cloth to filter the water, to take out all the dirty things out of the water. She will filter the water through that cloth. She will put the cloth into the water, and she will filter that water. सारी जो चीजें होंगी वो बाहर निकल जाएंगी. This is the one way. The second way is to take out the
With
water
net
and,
as well.
yes,
With net as well.
yes, with net also they can filter the water through the net also. This time I was reading on internet that they were in those places where the people find dirty water or impure water. What they do, uh, some campaigns provide them a straw where they can sip the water, and the straw filters the water automatically. So but in some places there is lot of poverty. People don't have straws, the filter straws, or any other technology where they can filter the water, so they use their own clothes, or sometimes their nets. Sometimes they even put the water for a long time, the all the impurities sit down, or and the clean water comes up. So this is also the way. Okay, so where were we? Okay, then will be the time for flowers, mushrooms, weddings, and water, but not now. They are saying after 2 months there will be again the monsoon, or there will be again the blossom in the desert, but not now. This is not the season for weddings or water or mushrooms or flowers. Okay, two-toed camel footprints are baked into the shiny clay at the outer edge of the toba. So they are just telling us the a scene of how the hot is there, how the hot or sunny the weather is in the desert. So they're saying that the two-toed, we all know that camels have only two toes. So the two toes camel footprints are printed on the clay. Okay, so they're just trying to tell us how the scenes are in the desert. We all know that the sand in the desert is very different. When we walk, it gives marks, or it gives footprints basically. So similarly, they are telling us the scene. Okay, next. At the outer edge of the Toba, so they are telling us the scene of Toba where the water is. I lift my skirt with one hand, so she's lifting her skirt, and the mud squirts between my toes. Okay, this is the meaning of squirt. Before moving ahead, to come forth in a sudden rapid stream from a narrow opening, a small, quick stream, or extraneous matter or impurity rise. It means that and the mud squids. Mud squids means a matter, and matter that is very dirty. Something's dirt comes up. Okay, so the mud dirt between my toes, so she can feel the dirt, or impurity.
Yes, I have one question.
Yes.
Miss, which is diary today?
Diary.
Yes.
Okay, diary, we had to do page number 6 and page number 7 for today. So this is basically a part of the lesson. So we will read out this other part. Okay.
Only
Tomorrow we
reading.
will write. Hmm,
Today is only reading.
yes. Tomorrow we will write word pool. On you will write word pool on your copies. I will give you, and comprehension. We will do two things tomorrow. Okay. But
Okay.
today we will do just reading. We will
Okay.
understand the chapter. Okay. The mud squirts between my toes as I enter the water. So she can feel the impurity or dirt in the water. So the water is not clean. I push aside the green scum, okay, the green scum that floats just under the surface and place the edge of my chadar. So scum means also a piece of dirt, okay, over the mouth of the water pot to filter out impurities. So now she has put her chadar for to take out all the impurities that are founded in the water. I take the filled pot to the bathing rock at the edge of the table and lift my tunic. Tunic is a simple slip-on garment. Okay, it's a slip-on your clothes. Tunic over my head, I throw my hair forward and pour water over it. Okay, she is taking bath also over there. The sun edges over the horizon. I can feel its heat. So she is now telling us how hot the weather is on the desert. On my back and shoulders as the water trickles over my scalp. So she is putting the water on her head. Scalp is basically the head scalp. I rub the soap into my hair, so she is taking bath now on the water. I squeeze my eyes shut, letting the soapy water drain down my shoulders and neck, rubbing into my skin before rinsing off to preserve every drop. So she is cleaning herself. Mama used to bath my sister and me. So she is telling that before time when she might be young, her mother used to give her and her sister bath with a single cup of water. Oh my god. So with a single cup of water they used to take bath. But now they have found a stream, or so they can take lot of water to take bath when we were small. Okay, when they were young. The sun is extremely hot as I walk back. Over the next week, we watch our water dwindle yet further. So they were noticing that the water is getting more shrink. So the water is shrinking day by day because there would be one time when the water will disappear. In the heat of afternoons, the hot sun is basically draining the water. Before the daily wind and dust arrive, we dry herbs as the precious water slips away with the hot desert wind. We also make our preparations for leaving the Toba and moving on. So they are preparing themselves for leaving the Toba and moving on. Everyone, you can see the picture here. There are three women who have a pot on their heads, and a young girl also, and a camel. So this is basically the scene of the desert. You can see in this picture. This is basically the scene of that desert. Okay, now come to page number 7. Everyone, come to page number 7. We will read the word origins and we will read the glossary. So, what they have given us word origins. Some of the Urdu names in this novel are similar to English names. So, we have seen that the writer has used the words like chadar or any Urdu words. So, the writer is telling us in this novel the Urdu names are also found in English names. For example, Shabano is the name that is basically the Islamic month, Shaban. In English, the girl's names April, May, and June are wait. Okay, Shabanu. Uh, okay. April. Okay, similarly in English, they use the names of the months like April, June, May are all the names of months. Folan, the name of Shabanu's older sister, means flower. So Folan means flower. In English, the girl's name Rose. So similarly, the names we have in Urdu are also found in English, but in English. Rose, Daisy, or Heather are all flower names like Lily, Rose, Jasmine is very famous name in English. Mithu is an affectionate name meaning sweet. Mithu means sweet. We all know that because we are Pakistani, so we know these words. In English, little children are sometimes called sweetie. Okay, so in English they also use sweetie, sweetheart, these kind of little words. Okay, glossary. We have Cholistan comes from the Urdu word cholna, means to move or walk, and stan means land or place of. So stan means land, and chola means to move. So these cholistan is basically the combined meaning of walk and land. You will see why when you read the story. Okay, we have read the story already. Okay, chadar is an Urdu originally Persian word. For it's a Persian word also, but it's found in Urdu. Chadar, word for the shawl or veil worn by Muslim women and girls to cover their heads and shoulders. You have seen it. A toba is a water hole. So that was all, everyone. So now what we will do? Okay, so this is now question answer sessions. If any question you want to ask, you can. After this, at 10:45, our class will be over.
No.
Okay, one by one, first raise your hand and then ask questions. Okay, okay. Who will ask questions? Any questions that you want to ask?
What is mean of choli?
Okay. Basically, choli was the mean. I have just discussed it. Wait a second. Okay, so choli is basically a piece of cloth. Okay, sometimes we have a small piece of cloth or that we wear sometimes also. So we sometimes in India and in Pakistan we call it choli, a piece of cloth that we wear. Okay, Sayyid Umair, you can speak now.
Miss, how the ocean water is so salty?
We all know that ocean water is dehydrated water. Okay, it's not hydrated for our health because I don't know why it's salty, but it is salty by nature. Okay, we have listened lot of stories, we have heard lot of stories about that somebody dropped a lot of salt in the water and then it turns out to be salty, but it's not like that. It's by nature it's salty. Okay,
So
anyone
why the
else?
other countries have the fresh water in the oceans?
Hmm, repeat it again.
Which I am saying why the other countries have fresh water in the oceans.
Basically, in oceans we don't have fresh water. In the earth we can find water. When we dig up in deeper, we can find the water under our first layer of earth. So we can find water on earth, but not on oceans. Oceans are salty, so we can use it. We
Okay.
have heard that in Karachi, if you have visited Karachi, Karachi has salty water even in their taps also. Why they have salty water? Because the ocean water is mixed up with their earth water, their normal water. So that's why they have very salty water even in their taps. They drink salty water sometimes, but not fully salty, mixed water.
I
Miss,
have this in the
Miss,
Hmm. Yes.
Miss, if the ocean water is so salty, how the ocean animals can live there?
Okay, so basically, ocean animal, marine life basically don't need fresh water like we need. they can even live under the water, they can breathe under the water. So I think they don't need to drink, they might be drinking water, but they don't need the fresh water. They are, I think, okay with the salty water. They can survive under salty water, like fishes and all that, all that, fish or other animals. Anyone else who wants to ask question? Okay, after that we have.
No, miss.
Okay, okay. So, anyone
No, ma'am.
else who came late and I didn't mark the attendance?
No one is.
Okay. So, I hope you enjoyed today's lesson.
No, miss.
Tomorrow we will do, I mean, in next lecture, we will do comprehension and we will do words meaning. Okay? Vocabulary words.
Okay,
Okay.
miss.
Comprehension
Okay,
and
miss.
vocabulary words. And that you
Allah
will write
Hafiz,
on your
miss.
copies.
Allah Hafiz,
Okay,
miss.
Allah Hafiz.
Bye, ma'am. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, miss. Allah Hafiz.
Oh my God.
Abdul Rafi,
Yes.
क्या हाल है ठीक हो?
मैं बिल्कुल
अब्दुल
ठीक ठाक हूँ
फ्री फायर
यार
खेलते हो?
यार
यार
मैं नहीं
ये
खेलता, I'm so sorry.
अच्छा वो अब्दुल रफी यार सारे लीव कर देते हैं यार, क्यों जल्दी करते हैं सारे लीव?
मैंने को बहुत दफा कहा कि रुक जाया करो, नहीं रुकता.
ये रुकते क्यों नहीं? मैं हर क्लास में तेरा लेट गया, मुझे बड़ा मजा आता है. वीडियो ऑन कर.
हेलो क्लास में पिछली बार एंड पे गया था सबसे पहले. मिस्टर रोज को मैंने देख लिया था नीचे से.
वीडियो ऑन कर ले.
करता हूँ एक मिनट.
यार हम कहते हैं सारे अपना ग्रुप इसके अंदर बनाते हैं, सारे एंड में जाया करें, सबको कह दो, बड़ा मजा आया करके सारे आराम से आते हैं. सारे ना मुझे बड़ी नींद आ रही है.
चलो फिर सो जाओ.
जल्दी यार, क्या कर रहे हो? अब क्या करोगे?
रुको एक मिनट.
खाना खा लिया?
एक भी मेरा जरूरी काम कर रहे हैं अभी.
क्या कह रहे हैं? क्या जरूरी काम करना है?
हाँ.
समझ नहीं आ रही.
आज ट्यूसडे है ना?
नहीं मंडे.
मंडे है. ओके ओके. मैं
ठीक है.
अब उर्दू क्लास ले ले, फिर बात करते हैं उर्दू क्लास पे एंड पे. ठीक है.
अब्दुल राफी मेरे पास तुम्हारा नंबर है, तुम यार फोन क्यों उठाते?
बिकॉज मैं बिजी बहुत होता हूँ.
क्या क्या बिजी थे, क्या करते हो? रूटीन बताओ अपनी, सुबह उठते हो क्या करते हो? क्या?
मैं सुबह उठता हूँ, ठीक है, ब्रश करता हूँ, नाश्ता करता हूँ, उसके बाद फिर सो जाता हूँ. मैं फिर उठता हूँ, फिर खेलने लग जाता हूँ, उसके बाद सो के फिर उठ जाता हूँ.
हाँ, ये तुम्हारे काम होते हैं अच्छे. माशाल्लाह, बहुत प्यारे काम है. पढ़ना नहीं? ब्रश करके पढ़ना नहीं हमने?
एक मिनट चुप रहो. अभी क्या कह रही है?
हैं?
मैं अभी ना फ्रेश हो जाऊँ, फिर बाद में बात करते हैं उर्दू क्लास में. ओके बाय.
अब्दुल राफी जो लाइट लगाई है ना पीछे, अब्दुल राफी, अब्दुल राफी, Allah Hafiz.